Hey, good morning. How are you all?
Doing great.
Should be an expert at working that Zoom thing, man, with all the practice we've got, but still tricky with that mute button. So good morning. Definitely excited to be here. Really excited about the prospects of getting this thing going. So this is just one more step in the right direction. Always looking for opportunities to brag on our football ministry as well as our young men. And so, again, good morning and happy to be here.
All right, Coach, thanks. If you can kind of just give us an update on the squad, what you've been able to do the last couple of months. Obviously, preseason camp is getting ready to start. I believe you've done some individual workouts as well. Just kind of provide that info, and then we'll start taking questions.
Okay, right now we are about 3 weeks into, we have about 97 guys on campus right now. They are lifting, running, taking summer school session 2 classes, preparing like we are. This is as close to normal as we've had it since we left for spring break. We were like everyone else doing the Zoom calls and, you know, everything along that nature. But just really good, man, to have our guys back on campus, to have that life that you're so used to having on the college campus that, you know, we missed for a while. So excited to spend time with the guys, and they're working hard and preparing for our upcoming season.
All right, Coach, first question for you. It's from Craig Haley of Stats Perform. Go ahead, Craig.
Thanks, Mark. Thank you, Coach. I just want to ask you, you've been around football for so long that you know what kind of rise a preseason poll brings out in people. I mean, if you pick high, you downplay them. If you pick low, you talk about motivation. Do you like preseason polls, and just tell me what they mean to you?
You know what? I don't have a preference one way or the other. I've been around the game as an athlete and now as a coach so long that to say that I don't pay attention to them, that would not be the honest truth. But the fact is, man, is we're always worried about that postseason poll, right? And so even with the All-American Awards or the preseason, you know, all conference, I tell our guys, man, it's all about the postseason accolades. So, because that means you've actually done something, you know. So that's where my focus always is. But man, I'm not a big news reader, not a big TV watcher. So that helps keep me kind of isolated in my little bubble.
Sure. Just one more question. Coach Minter talked earlier about. He was talking about the NFL, but I mean, I want to ask your feelings with college football. He talked about the NFL. Maybe they should consider playing every other week because of COVID and just what can happen between games. What are your thoughts on a season like this being played every other week?
You know, personally for me, man, I would say let's schedule them up every week. That's one of the great things about the season is you get the opportunity to compete every week. I think you obviously have some flexibility in there in regards to things possibly coming up, and you keep it fluid. But to me, it's only one way to do anything. So if you are going to do it, you just kind of go all in, you know, all gas, no brakes. So if you're going to do it, I feel like we should prepare to do it the way that we're accustomed to doing it. And that's weekly games, allowing our young men the best opportunity to get conditioned to the game of football and to continue to stay in that rhythm, in that groove that comes with the, you know, playing from week to week during the season.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay, no problem.
Thanks, Craig. For those joining us, please mute your line as you listen in, and obviously enter your your question request in the chats for that. So, Coach, next question for you are from Jeff Hartzell. Go ahead, Jeff.
Coach, it's Jeff Hartzell here. How are you?
What's up, Jeff?
Somebody needs to mute their line.
You can't see your face, right?
Yeah. It's the one that says Lisa Caldwell keeps popping up as unmuted.
Thanks, Scott.
All right, Autry, we'll try to go ahead. Can you tell me about the testing protocols at CSU? What kind of methods have you been following, and have you had some positive results?
First of all, our athletic training staff has done a great job, as well as our COVID-19 task force here on campus. You are not muted.
Go ahead, Coach.
Okay, you can hear me, Jeff?
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. So So again, our athletic training staff has done an excellent job along with our COVID-19 task force. And so we have been able to successfully move through to different phases. We are currently in phase 2 now, and we are eagerly awaiting or looking forward to hopefully next week moving through to that phase 3. So for us, man, it's been all positive. Again, they have done a great job, and it has allowed us to get our kids back on campus, progress them through the different phases. And again, we're looking forward to continue our preparation for this upcoming season.
How comfortable are you, sending your kids out to sweat and bleed against other players this fall?
You know what? Go ahead.
Given the virus situation we're in.
You know what? I feel like as long as you take the necessary precautions, and this is my mindset with everything, is that first and foremost, I trust God. Then that means that we're going to take the necessary precautions. But then, I feel like once you make a decision, you move forward as if, that you expect things to go according to your plan. And so I'm the type of person that I expect things to work out. I'm always surprised when they don't. And then a few times when things go unexpected, I'm always the person ready to make an adjustment to the adjustment. So I'm always looking at the positive, finding that silver lining. And as long as we take the proper precautions and safety is adhered to, we're excited about the opportunity to compete.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. Coach, I'm going to ask you a couple questions before we turn it over to your student athletes. First for you, you're 2 leading the Buccaneers. What did you take away from your first season, and what makes this year different, aside from the unusual offseason you had?
You know what? It was I'm the type of person, I'm a little messed up like this, right? Where I love challenges. And so, the first year presented a bunch of unique challenges, coaching through a hurricane, doing all type of different things, getting to know our guys and their personalities. I'm so big on relationships. So getting a chance to just spend time with those guys, that was probably the biggest obstacle, as well as just, hey, I tell people when you're an assistant coach, your job is to ask questions. When you're a head coach, your job is to provide the answers for those questions. So that's a little bit different when you have to do that. But it's been a ton of fun. I've enjoyed it. And now going into season 2, man, it has been as exciting, right? We don't want it to be boring. I love to have fun. And so with COVID and everything else, man, I am having more fun than I can deal with right now. But it has been really good. And it's a blessing. I enjoy it. And I look forward to continue to progress through it.
Great. Thank you. Scott Iceberg is next for the question with you. Go ahead, Scott.
Hey, Autry, how are you? Just wondering, I mean, obviously, you've lost 2 games now with the Hampton game and Monmouth game. Have you started reaching out to any other teams, talking to anybody about potentially filling those dates? Have you heard anything from Arkansas about that game? And I mean, with these open dates, any chance you call up Brian Kelly and maybe get Notre Dame on the schedule?
Hey, Scott, I tell you what's funny. If I had a penny, man, for every time that somebody has asked me, are you going to play Notre Dame now? Are you going to play Notre Dame? Man, I'd be like totally ready to retire right now from a financial standpoint. But you know what? Here's the cool thing about being here, man, is that we have unbelievable leadership, and it starts with our president, Dr. Costin, and then with my boss, Jeff Barber. So the cool thing is I don't have to worry about those things. Jeff has been on that. He's taking care of that. So I'm free to just do the things that I need to do in regards to developing our guys. And so that's where my focus has been. My mindset is, man, we just will line up and play anybody, anytime, any place. So I'm going to let him take care of the logistics of the scheduling, and I'm just going to keep preparing this team to go out and line up and to go out and, as you hear me say all the time, give a God honor effort with a God honor attitude every week and compete.
Thanks, Patrick.
No problem, man. Always good to see you.
Thank you, Scott. Coach Jeff Hartzell has another question for you.
Okay, Jeff, you got it.
Yeah, Coach, I'm wondering what your hopes are for the rivalry with the Citadel in the future. Would you like to see the Bulldogs come to your place every now and then, or what are your hopes for that rivalry?
You know what? Again, so you got the professional side of that again, I let my AD handle that. And then you've got the personal side of me as a player, which is very much translates over to me as a coach. I love the logistics of home games, but I prefer to play on the road. I love competition. I think there was no bigger joy as a player to go into someone else's house and to whoop them. And so I love playing on the road. So again, it's the same stadium, same ball. I mean, it's all relative. I just love the opportunity to compete. So whether it's their place or our place, which is, right around the corner, we just would love to continue to play them because it's a great game for the area and it's a great game for both of our players.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. All right, Coach, we're going to take a quick break with you and bring in your two student athletes joining us. Wide receiver Garrett Schwartzing, preseason honorable mention, as well as linebacker Justin McIntyre. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Excited to have you with us. Garrett, I'll start with you, and then we'll turn over to Justin, and we'll take questions from our participants. But Garrett, just what does the preseason honor mean to you? And aside from yourself, talk a little bit more about your offensive teammates. Who are some of the other offensive playmakers on your squad?
Yes, sir. I appreciate the mention, and I appreciate the preseason because it lets you know that people have seen your hard work and it's paid off a little bit. And but for our offense, we got a lot of weapons on offense. Our quarterback Jack Chambers, he's a playmaker. He can run the ball, throw the ball, really good. We got tons of running backs. We got 2 or 3 running backs. Any one of them can break out for a 100-yard game, and we have a couple of receivers. D-Jax, I feel like, is going to have a big year this year. Jaquan Williams, he's a veteran guy. I think he's going to do good. Then we got a lot of good freshmen coming in and redshirt freshmen that are all talented. And we got plenty of playmakers, I feel like. And our offensive line, Coach Cooling's done a great job. And the offensive line, I feel like it's going to be really, really good this year.
Great. Thank you, Garrett. And Justin, welcome in. Linebacker, this is a 2-part question for you. You have 3 standout defensive linemen, all preseason, all conference, can get behind the line of scrimmage. Can you just open up with your comments about that trio? And then the second part is, how does that boost your play as a linebacker when you're on the field?
So, yeah, it's no secret. We probably got the best D-line in the country. That Anton Williams, Chandre Mims, and Nick Sally, they get after the quarterback, and then they clog up the gaps on the run. So it helps the whole defense. So as a linebacker, it allows you to run sideline to sideline freely without O-linemen getting up to the second level on you. And in the passing game for the secondary guys, they don't have to cover very long because eventually those guys are going to get back there and sack the quarterback. It also makes quarterbacks paranoid because they watch film all week. They see other guys get hit constantly. Then they go into games, start getting hit, and they just start getting scared. So it helps us out. Those 3 guys are foundation to our defense, and they control the line of scrimmage every game. So we're very grateful to have guys like that up front.
Thank you, Justin. Again, we're taking questions for our 2 student athletes from Charleston Southern. While we're waiting for questions to come in, Garrett, I'll turn it back to you. From a personal standpoint, what are some goals that you're setting for this season?
Personal, you said?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Personal, I want to try to be first team, all conference, and I personally want to have a 1,000-yard season. And it's team goals. Team goals. I feel I want to win a championship.
Understood. Great. Jeff Hartzell has some questions as well, so I'll let Jeff have the floor. Go ahead, Jeff.
Hey, I got questions for both young men. I'm a reporter at the paper here in Charleston. I'm wondering, what are y'all's biggest concerns about playing football with this virus pandemic going on this fall? What are you worried about?
Personally, I feel like our coaching staff and our athletic trainers have done a really good job of handling it and making everyday life go as normal. And personally, I've lived my normal life since the virus, and I'm looking forward to playing this year, and I hope we do play.
I agree with Garrett. We got excellent people in this program that, and we also trust God's plan. So we feel like, people like Coach Denson, our AD Jeff Barber, and I know our position coaches, we got great relationships with them. We know for a fact if there is anything to jeopardize our health or our livelihood, then they wouldn't send us out there. So we just got faith in them and their decision making.
All right, great guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff. Next questions are from Scott Iceberg. Go ahead, Scott.
Hey, this is for the players up at CSU. Since last season, has Autry softened up at all since becoming a grandpa? Is he a soft old grandpa now, or has he maintained his edge?
He's not going to lose that edge. It's every day of the week. We got video game tournaments. He plays Call of Duty with us. He plays 2K, plays Madden. He ain't going to lose that edge.
I agree. He's probably our most competitive person on our whole team. And behind J-Mac, he probably talks more trash than anybody. So, yeah, he still got that edge.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Scott. Alex from the Rock Hill. Harold, go ahead,
Yeah.
Alex.
Yeah, hey guys. How excited are y'all to play against Arkansas this year?
Personally, I'm really excited. Last year I didn't get to play against Carolina, our big game, because I was injured. So I'm looking forward to playing against a big team like that, big stadium, and a good SEC team, and trying to prove people wrong.
We love the big stage. We love putting CSU on a national stage where everybody can watch us and watch our football ministry play. So the more games we get like that, the better.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, guys, it's Jeff Hartzell again. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
The way the scheduling might work, the schedule you eventually play might look a lot different from how it looks right now. What's that going to require from you guys as you work your way through this season? I guess you have to be pretty flexible.
You're right, but I feel like the way our football program runs and what Coach Denson emphasizes is every week our job is just to go 1-0. So week 1, we're focused on the team we play, and we're not even worried about week 2, week 3, or the conference games. And just every week starting over, starting fresh, and treating that week like we're playing the national championship.
I feel like as players, our job is to focus on game planning each week and our opponent and ourselves to get better. And the coach's job is to worry about who we're playing and scheduling. And we just need to be ready.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Jeff. We have time for a few more questions, so feel free to enter the chat and indicate if you have any questions for our 3 guests. Coach, I'm going to turn this one back to you, kind of adding on to what Justin talked about with Nick, Chandre, and Anton, and just what does that mean for you to have 3 quality defensive line and basically what they did last year? Kind of, what makes them so unique individually and then as a trio?
You know what that says for me is that I got to go out and get another 3 or 4 of those guys, because you can't have enough big guys, right? The game of football is simple. We run all these different complex systems, whether it's flex bone, whether it's spread. At the end of the day, it comes down to blocking and tackling and who can win the line of scrimmage. And so having guys that have shown the ability to do that just makes us want to have that much more of a sense of urgency to recruit other guys who can complement them, as well as develop other guys who are already within our football ministry to assist them with controlling the line of scrimmage. What each of them bring to the table is they are all, you couldn't be opposite ends of the spectrum, right? And so and I'm gonna answer this to where what they do is they represent what I feel like is life very well. Just young men that are all different but have the same common goal, and they work and they move in the same direction to help our football ministry, to assist their brothers on defense, and also to play off of their guys on offense. And they make each other better in practice. They make each other better every day in workouts, and we're blessed to have them. But, man, I would say this. I'm blessed because I have a roster full of young men that are exactly like that. So they make my job easy, those 3 in particular, but our entire football ministry, because we are really blessed to have young men that share those same common characteristics, and they have the ability to do it through their own uniqueness.
And my last question for you, Coach, kind of going back to last season, you ended on a 4-game win streak, won 6 of your last 8. Kind of what set the tone for that last half of the season for that success, and then how do you carry that over to this year?
No, Mark. We never changed. We had a really good plan, man, and so around here it's about the process of preparation, just being in love with that process of preparation. And so when we were 0-4, we didn't do anything different. We just got more invested in the process of preparation and really understood that it really was about what we did or did not do, right? So we really focused on just that attention to detail, the little things that we had to tighten up. And a lot of it was there are 2 ways you can lead. And you can lead by, force, meaning, hey, I'm the head coach, everybody look at me, or you can lead through relationships. And that comes as a result of shared experience. So a big part of it was we didn't do more football. We just needed more shared experience with our guys so they could know that we really love them. And then what ended up happening was by us modeling the behaviors we wanted, it gave them the permission to love us back. And so that wall came down, and then we were on the same side of it. So it wasn't more football. It was really investing in the process of preparation in regards to how we work. But it really came about because they trusted us through the shared experiences we had through our relationship. So we loved on them more, which means we held higher expectations, and they responded as I feel people do.
Great. Well, thank you, Coach. We're not seeing any more questions for you all, so we will go ahead and let you go, but we appreciate you joining us this morning, and we wish you the best of luck this coming season.
Man, we appreciate it, and we look forward to getting out there and going at it, man. You have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that concludes our time with Charleston Southern. We're going to take a quick break and then resume with Gardner Webb, so please stand by.